Ramshot.
I'd say Woodbridge, perhaps.
So I might even give that a whirl and see what that looks like. I'm not actually taking any pictures yet, so let's get back to it. Because that sky is looking tremendous. I just find that just so rude. Look a lot bigger than it actually is. Not that it's small in any way, shape or form. Well, if I can't come away with a nice picture or two from here, maybe I shouldn't be doing this job. Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. Look, it's boat wreck time again. Bit of a backstory about this video before we get cracking. I met up with my good pal Dave. I'm down here for a whirlwind tour yesterday. I got all hot and sweaty, similar to today then, trying to find an old boat wreck. Oh, nightmare to find. Anyway, managed to find it, fingers crossed. You enjoyed the video and you liked the pictures. I think I probably would have released that last week. Obviously this is yesterday. Anyway, it gets really confusing. Long story short, while I'm in the area, I thought I'd hook up with my good pal Dave, because Dave said, if you like boat wrecks, I've got a cracker for you. And that's that beast behind me. So before we get cracking, let's take a look around. By the way, if you can hear any noise in the background of this video, you'd think I was on a public beach or something. Well, I'm obviously in a public area, but there's a few boats moored out into the water, quite a way out actually. And there's all kids playing on there, so it's just a family having a good time. Just in case you were wondering what the noise was in the background, that's all. The only worrying thing is though, is that there's a pair of shoes and a drink and a towel and an iPhone that's been left on the side. And nobody about, so as much as that's quite comical at this present moment in time, it might also give us a bit of a decision to make if nobody actually returns for them. Anyway, that aside, right, let me tell you about this incredible boat wreck and what I intend to do with it. Oh, should I say what I hope to do with it? I'm hoping to create again some of my style fine art landscape photography using this boat and this boat alone. Time check at the moment is 12 o'clock, high tide is 2 o'clock, and the tide is already coming up here. Now I'll show you around where we're currently standing, but clearly the tide is going to come all the way up here. My intention now then is, as the tide comes up and around this boat, I'm going to grab some pictures, obviously long exposures to flatten the water, and I've got to tell you, these skies are absolutely incredible. It's due to rain this afternoon, fingers crossed. Even if it does rain, it won't be too bad, but I don't mind going out when the forecast says it's rain, because rain equals clouds, as long as it's not that horrible blanket grey cloud, which today definitely isn't. So that's it. Coming up in this video then, I'm hoping to, when the tide height is right, create some long exposures, convert the images to my style of fine art photography. I will talk you through a couple of the compositions that I find eventually, and fingers crossed we'll get some beautiful streaky skies with some long exposures. It's only been 15 minutes since I last had bit the camera, and the water is already coming up and around us, and we haven't got that much for the water to actually come up before we have to exit. So I am going to have to make an effort and talk you guys through some of my compositions. I am still waiting, of course, for the water to get higher, hence the reason I'm stood here now with my wellies on. A little bit windy though. We don't mind the wind as such, but there's a lot of rope, a lot of rigging up there that's going to move. But again, I'll try and overcome that and talk you guys through how I go about doing that. All right, but let's get you guys in camera and have a look for a composition first of all. So setup number one, I love telling stories. It's important, remember, that you don't photograph a boat wreck. I can't get that through to you guys enough. Very, very important, do not photograph a boat wreck. For those of you who follow my channel, you'll understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, don't turn up at a boat wreck and photograph a boat wreck. You've got to photograph a scene with a boat wreck in it. Same for a lone tree, same for a lighthouse. And that's exactly what I'm doing here now. If you look, I'm actually making the boat wreck look quite small in the frame because I'm showing the whole scene where this incredible boat wreck lives. Now, if you look at the image now, here you can see on the left-hand side, there's a little bit of land jutting out just there. And I'm hoping that this water will come up high enough to cover that bit of land. And in which case, all I need to do is to remove the tree on the left-hand side. Clearly, I don't want that in the frame. And then I'll do my magic with the horizon and blend that sea and sky. And to me, honestly, I could just take that picture and walk away. I think that, fingers crossed, will be a printer. Famous last words. Let me show you something else as well that most photographers, or a lot of photographers, won't do. I mean, if you go lower down like that, you'll get a lovely reflection by placing that horizon in the center of the frame. But go the opposite way and drop that boat right down on that bottom third and show 2/3, maybe slightly more of that incredible sky. But I'll make that decision once I've placed a 10-stop or a 15-stop filter on there and shot this at 2 or 4 minutes, because I want to see what the sky is doing over a long exposure. Because very often streaky skies, well, they're great for interest, added interest to the frame, but also they can also be leading lines as well. So don't be afraid to do that. Have some fun with your compositions. But for now, I want to grab that. I want to try and attain an 1/8 of a second. It's exactly the same as yesterday. ISO 64, I'd have to close my aperture up to f20. I don't have a problem with that, f20 or f22. So I might even give that a whirl and see what that looks like. According to my histogram, I'm borderline good. Yeah, I'll try that over a 2-minute exposure, because an 1/8 of a second translates to 2 minutes with a 10-stop filter on. And if I'm not comfortable with that, I'll just simply apply my 15-stop filter. Bit of an update for you. We're waiting for the tide to come in, about to take pictures. Honestly, I'm not joking. From the car, it's taken about 40 minutes to get here. It's been a right trek. So we are quite literally in the middle of nowhere. Out of the blue, a lady came up and started taking pictures, which obviously I don't have a problem with. We don't own it, even though when she said, can I take some pictures? I said, we've got it booked till 2 o'clock, which is another 2 hours. Joking, she gave me daggers. Clearly I told her I was only joking and all the rest of it. But then the owner of the shoes and the iPhone turned up. They went for a walk and got cut off. So by the time they got back, they just barely captured their shoes and their iPhone just in time. But then a whole bunch of other people turned up, including another lady that turned up, says that she's also found an iPhone. Hell's teeth. Anyway, it's all been sorted and we're now back on with photography. 1:45. I'm stood in water and we've got an hour and 15 minutes of incoming tide to play around with. The sky still looks brilliant. The sky's looking absolutely fantastic, quite bright by the way. I've not seen any of the rain, which I'm not complaining about. The sky looks brilliant. The sky looks really good actually. So I've just grabbed a 2-minute shot and I've got to tell you, that sky is just one of the best ever. But 2 minutes f22. I don't have a problem with closing your aperture all the way up, not with modern day gear nowadays. Do you know what? The histogram is, it's just slightly away from the right hand side. So according to that, there's no overexposure in that image whatsoever. Oh, do you know what? That is so nice. That really is so nice. But I am going to reshoot this. I'm going to reshoot it with a 15-stop filter just so I can open that aperture. I'll set that to something like f8, maybe f11. So just very quickly before I move, let me talk you through that process. 15-stop filter in hand. So shutter speed 250th of a second, ISO 100, just a starting point. I'm just going to open my aperture up. F8, slightly underexposed, but I'm more concerned about that sky. So what I'm going to do, because I really like that sky, I'm going to shoot that at 2 minutes, because 250th of a second translates to 2 minutes with a 15-stop filter on. But as soon as I've taken a 2-minute shot here, I'm then going to close my aperture up by 1 stop, which means I'm able to lengthen the shutter speed to 4 minutes. So I'm going to take one at 2 minutes and one at 4 minutes just to see what difference it makes in the sky, because that sky is looking tremendous. Okay, so 120 seconds. 1, 2, and away she goes. I'm having to eat a sandwich because we can't take any pictures because people keep coming up, climbing on the boat and just sitting there. Now, we don't own it, I get that, but sometimes you think it's a bit rude when it's clearly visible or obvious what we're doing and we were here first, but you have to eat a sandwich and wait. I mean, we've got 50 minutes of incoming tide left, so I'm guessing they'll soon get bored of just sitting there ruining our pictures and then walk away. Tide's really coming in now, and honestly Dave and I have been sat here chomping at the bit. You can't say anything, but clearly when you've got your camera pointing at a subject and then people walk past and then just climb onto the said subject and just chill out, I just find that just so rude, really rude. It's obvious what we're doing. Anyway, they've left now and we've got 40 minutes of incoming tide. I've already got one shot in the bag, so let's crack on. But now, as always, I'm rushing. What's the chances, eh? Rule number 1 now is do something outside your comfort zone, i.e. I'm going to lower my camera down as low as I can. Try and get it just above the surface of the water, because in doing so, it'll make the boat stand out. It'll stand proud above that horizon. I know the horizon's not going to be there, but with a lower down perspective, of course, it'll make that boat really stand proud and make it look a lot bigger than it actually is. Not that it's small in any way, shape or form. Oh, I would do, but my tripod's stuck. Right, so look at the difference now. Put the camera right down as low as I dare go. And if I grab a shot that looks something like that, what a difference that makes. That is so cool. Again, at this present moment in time, I'm just going to keep the boat looking quite small in the frame. I promise I'll move in a bit closer, make sure we're in focus. Yeah, something like that. And we're starting to lose light now because I can comfortably shoot this at 2 minutes. Settings are 1/8 of a second, f13, ISO 64. That'll give me a 2-minute exposure with that 10-stop filter. The only worry I have is when you place the camera right down onto the water's edge, is that a boat doesn't come past and create a wake, and then all of a sudden my camera's underwater, especially because this is sea. Without stating the obvious, I wouldn't have a good day, and the camera certainly wouldn't. So I'm rushing like mad trying to get everything done. I forgot to give you guys a bit of an update. It's now 10 to 2, so 10 minutes off high tide. That is it, spring tide. It's as high as it's gonna get, give or take an inch. And as you can see behind me, the water is perfect. We have timed this so well. And the sky, well, if I can't come away with a nice picture or two from here, maybe I shouldn't be doing this job. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have just made that statement. Trust me, if I don't take a nice picture, that statement won't make the video. I mean, all the crap now. Look at this. Look what we've got to put up with. All of this crap. But I think from this perspective, nice and low down, shooting up, we're likely to come away with I don't know, probably the best picture from here. What do you reckon, Dave?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
From here?
Yeah.
I'm going to sign off now. Before I sign off, do me a favor. I'll put David's socials down below in the description box of this video. Please go down, check his work out. He's a fantastic photographer. He's got some lovely, lovely pictures. He's fairly local to this area, and send him a bit of love as well, if you don't mind. That's it. Do me a favor, help support the channel. Give that like button a bit of a nudge. If you're new here and you want to find your way back, consider subscribing as well. And don't forget to press that bell to be notified of new video releases. Till the next time, guys. Cheers. Dave, say ta-ra.
Bye.